We just recently bought 2 new goats. One of them's pregnant and is due pretty soon. Wendy just had a birthday. The new goats weren't a birthday surprise, but they were a nice birthday gift. Here's a conversation that we had the evening that we picked them up.
Stump.
Stump, yeah, it's a stick, carrying in the ground.
You're such a dummy. Oh, you got it!
Eros is pulling up little stumps.
Guess there's no sticks.
So we're keeping little Clementine and Patience separated in this area with access to one stall for the time being.
Yeah, because Brain has to explain everything.
Well, you can explain it.
I don't want to explain everything.
Why do we
nothing
keep?
for people
why
to
do we?
inquire about?
Why do we keep goats separated?
Because I need to watch them for a little while so that then I can see if they're healthy, if they're good, if they seem to be having a real problem with one of the other goats. I'll see it through the fence. It's just a good practice. And then also because they're in a smaller space, I can come out here and sit for a little while every day and they'll start to get used to me. I can bring them treats and the other goats won't mob them.
Yeah.
And, you know, eventually I'd actually like to pull, rather than introducing them to the full herd all at once, what I might do is pull Maple and Juliet and Gretel in here, because I would really like to work on Maple and Juliet as well. And then the final reason is that Gretel, who is over a year old now and is literally twice the weight of Sienna, is still nursing. She's a tub. She's like a wide load, stocky goat, giant goat, and she's still nursing her mother, so it's unacceptable. I should have separated them a while ago, but this will give me some incentive to do that.
Now, Clementine, the sort of what color would you call her? sort of a creamy orange, almost
Yeah,
almost a
it's
creamy
like a
orange.
tan, creamy
Um,
tan.
she wasn't for sale.
But Brian
I
talked her
saw
into it.
I saw her mom, which I knew was the coloration that Wendy was hoping to get, and asked the lady if she had any other goats for sale, and she was reluctant, but this daughter of that goat, she had been thinking about selling, so we got her as well as
Yeah.
the pregnant doe there.
Yeah, and I'm just really happy to get two goats from the same herd at the same time because that's really a lot nicer for the goat to transition.
Yeah. They're sticking right together.
Yeah, yeah. They kind of already know each other's smells and things like that, so it just helps a lot. And it will make them easier to make friendly to me, too. Hey, babies.
They're not used to so much room.
No, they're not used to this much room and all the stuff to eat on the ground because I had on purpose left this little area knowing that when we get new goats it'll be nice to put them in here if there's actually some forage on the ground for them and things. So yeah, all our current previous goats are all standing there at the fence just staring in here like, what?
There's new goats. We gotta say hello. I gotta show it. It's okay. The farm that we got these at had a lot of really friendly goats. A very high percentage of them were bottle babies. These two goats weren't, so they're friendly when they get to know you, but they're not quite used to us yet. So what else are you excited about with the goats?
Well, I'm excited that Patience is pregnant, so that means I'll have baby goats.
And she's bred to a very good goat as well.
Yeah,
we
a
got to
nice-
see that one.
A nice silver buck, so that will be fun. More colors to add to our herd. And yeah, the only thing I was a little concerned about is that the goats are a little on the smaller side. So I'm hoping that with, our nice pastures and high quality feed and stuff like that, that we can kind of,
Don't have to outcompete so many other goats.
yep, work on some of that with, at least with babies that they might have. They might be, the Clementine is a year old, and she said that Patience is 2, so they're on the young side anyways, especially since this will be Patience's first kidding, and Clementine has not been bred yet, so I'll give her until next fall, and then we'll see where they both are at that point and how Patience kids and what kind of milk she has. She's already backed up some, so that's a promising sign. She's very wide through the back end, so I'm hoping she won't have any trouble giving birth and things like that. But yeah, I'm gonna have to look at her a little bit to see, because our boys are on the larger side for the Nigerians.
So the size, are we worried about getting a good production of milk, or are we worried about impregnation and difficulty with
I'm more
delivering?
worried about having too big of a baby for a little goat.
Yeah.
So that's always a concern when like I wouldn't take any of my Nigerian, or well, really any of my goats right now, because I don't have a Nubian that's not related to Boo Boo. And so since Blue is part Nigerian, part Nubian, he's on the larger side, and so I wouldn't want to breed him to any goat that isn't a bigger goat, more like a full-size goat. I'd really like to get a doeling, preferably probably a bottle baby doeling, to breed with Boo Boo. And now that I saw that lady had, I forget if it's Lamacha or if it's Sanins that have the no ears.
Lamancha, I think.
Lamacha. So those were really cute goats. She had some of those, and those very, very sweet goats, and they were very much just like nuzzling up against me and stuff. So that kind of, but I probably shouldn't be getting more breeds, because then
I like the
start
Nubian ears.
I start wanting to have all the herds with their right goats to match to them, and it gets
If you're
Brian gets upset.
if you're limited in who you can breed with whom based on size, not just the family tree, then you're handicapped a little bit
Yeah.
extra more than you need to be.
Yeah, and we'll see how it goes once we have our electric fence run and the goat boys trained to it and can give them a lot more room. Because right now they're fighting a lot, and so they look rough and not very happy with that, and would like to have them have a lot more room so they can kind of get out of each other's hair a little bit. So I'm hoping that by giving them more pasture and things to do and think about, they'll stop fighting so much, but we'll see. It may be that we end up trying to get away from the Clyde babies.
Yeah, I'd like to have more friendly, peaceable goats.
Yeah. Although Romeo was a Clyde baby, and he was a little doll baby, would sit on my lap and just straddle me and stare at me while I petted him, and he was very cute, and the lady he went to really liked him. So sometimes I think it's just more about that Clyde got reared up with 3 crazy bottle baby goats who were quite a bit bigger than him. And so he ended up being kind of aggressive because of that, wanting to be on top. He would climb in the feeder and stand on it and not let anybody else eat, and just as a little fell because he was the smallest. So
Well,
goats are funny.
These new goats, Clementine and Patience, are naturally polled. That means they don't have horns, which is great because disbudding goats is traumatic and not fun to do.
Yeah, and not something I'm really wanting to do.
Yeah.
You know, unless we start having problems. Maple's got her head stuck on the fence once or twice.
Couple times.
And I noticed that once that happened a few times, she learned not to do it. And so I think it's just, you know, kind of making sure you're checking on your goats enough that you can keep them out of that kind of trouble. But once our goats are on their rotations, where they're out in the electric fence, I think they're gonna have a little bit of an easier time too with stuff like that, because they're not gonna, obviously you're not gonna get your head stuck in an electric fence, because it's gonna be a wire, not a woven thing.
Yeah.
Woven square to stick your head through to try and get something on the other side.
Well, I think they'll fit in pretty well here. They said hello to our other goats through the fence, and all the other goats were curious.
Yeah. Eros! No! Come here.
The last goat we got was a pregnant Nubian.
Yeah, no,
And-
it's sad.
And yeah, we lost
This is
her.
upsetting.
So why did we get two more Nigerian dwarf this time? Why this goat, this breed of goat?
Well, these are much easier for me to deal with, but if I could get a Nubian that is docile and follows you around, that kind of a thing, or get a doeling that's preferably a bottle baby that I could raise up, then I think that would be a great addition. I'd like to actually get a couple Nubians to add to the herd. Now they're fighting over the food.
We gave them some grain.
Just a little bit. Oh, they got good stuff here. Patience says, "Hey, I'm eating for 4." I'm eating for 4. This is mine.
You think Patience is gonna have triplets?
No, she's probably gonna have twins. But she's pretty wide looking.
Our other goats are jealous right now because
They ate their grain.
they don't have any grain left, but these goats do.
Yeah, especially Bonnie. She's like, what is the deal? I am still feeding a fat goat out here. You could give me some more.
Normally when we have goat babies, they're born here and they're real easy to catch and you can hold them in your lap and get some good goat bonding time. Right now, we have to wait for them to be ready to spend time with us.
Gretel says, you can come spend time with me. I like you.
Yeah, we've got
Bring
some
me a
friendly,
snack.
got some friendly goats. This may be a little ridiculous. My wife got a baby monitor so she can hear the new goat's little voices inside the house. Clementine is an escape artist. She can get herself out of that barricaded stall. It was the second night that we had them. I was out here feeding and putting the goats to bed, and I noticed that somehow Clementine managed to get herself stuck in this gate. I didn't have my GoPro with me, but I did snap a cell phone picture. The last thing we want is to have a goat stuck in the gate all night long. So now we're leaving the gate open so they have access to their otherwise locked outside enclosure.
Clemmy, come here, Clementine.
If Patience has a buck, it would be fun to breed that buck with Juliet, because they both have that
Similar coloring.
beautiful coloration and patterning. I think that'd be fun. They both look like little teddy bears to me. To help give our new goats a little bit of a health boost, Wendy asked me to pick up some probiotic goat treats. Come here. Yeah, good stuff. All the goats like these things. Okay, Indigo, here, you can have some.
You want me to say I like goats?
Say whatever you want. Well, the last
You can
goat,
use that as the intake. What, you want me to say I like goats? I like goats. Do I think I have a problem? No. Do I think we have too many goats? No. Do I think we're going to get more goats? Yes.
thanks for watching. Remember, your dreams are closer than the moon. Thanks for taking this trip around the moon with us.